You're in the kitchen making coffee and suddenly you feel it. Eyes watching. You turn around, there they are. Your cat, silent, still, just staring. No meow, no movement. Just quiet, calculated presence. Why do they do this? Why do cats check on us? It's not random. It's not weird. It's something deeper. And today, we're unlocking that mystery. Let's start with something you've probably experienced a dozen times. You're working, cleaning, reading, maybe crying, and out of nowhere, there's your cat. At the doorway, on the windowsill, watching. Not asking for food, not begging for attention, just there. Quiet, present, observing you like a little guardian with fur and judgmental eyes. Most people brush it off. Cats are weird, they say. But what if we stopped calling it weird and started calling it intentional? Because what your cat is doing in those moments isn't just watching, they're checking on you. Cats are predators, but they're also prey. That means they evolved to be hyper-aware of their surroundings. But here's the twist, you are part of that environment. In your cat's eyes, you're not just the food giver. You're a moving piece of their puzzle, a constant in their world. And when you disappear into a different room, when your energy suddenly shifts, when you're too quiet for too long, that triggers something. A silent alarm goes off in their fuzzy little brain that says, wait, where's my human? Are they okay? What are they doing? So they come check, not for drama, not for snacks, just to see you. Cats thrive on routine. They're comforted by familiar patterns and predictable rhythms. Your presence is part of their routine. You going to the kitchen at 7 a.m., normal. Typing on your laptop every night before bed, normal. Lying on the couch crying at 2 a.m. while listening to sad music, still part of the routine. Yes, they notice. So when something breaks that pattern, they check. But here's the deeper part. Cats aren't just territorial about places. They're territorial about people. To a bonded cat, you're part of their claimed space. You belong to them. So when they come peek around the corner, staring like little feline detectives, it's not just curiosity, it's guard duty. Now let's go a level deeper. Cats are incredibly tuned into energy. Your posture, your breathing, your body language. Ever notice how your cat appears when you're sad or anxious? They feel the shift before you even say a word. They're not reacting to the sound of tears. They're reacting to the feeling of change. In a world that doesn't speak their language, this is how cats connect, by sensing what's unspoken, by watching silently, by showing up without asking for anything. There's a woman who had a panic attack in her bathroom, and her cat, who usually hated water, scratched at the door until she let him in, then sat on her chest until her breathing slowed. Another man collapsed from low blood sugar, and his cat meowed loud enough to wake the neighbors, alerting them something was wrong. And then there's the everyday stories. Of cats curling up beside you when you're sick, of them sitting outside the shower, waiting, of blinking at you from across the room when you thought you were alone. These aren't coincidences, these are check-ins. So, why the stare? Why so quiet? Why so still? Because cats observe to understand. Dogs may run up to you, bark, lick, jump. Cats, they calculate, they assess. Then decide if they need to act. When your cat checks on you, they're processing everything. Are you safe? Are you okay? Are you doing something new? Do you need them? It's not cold. It's their way of caring, with caution. And it's honestly kind of beautiful. That little glance through the cracked door, that sudden appearance by your feet, that stare from across the hallway, they're not just watching. They're saying, I'm here. I noticed. I care. In a world where people can walk past you without looking up, isn't it incredible that your cat, takes the time to notice? Your cat isn't just checking on you. They're also teaching you to be still, to notice, to observe without interrupting, to care without demanding. What if every time they check on you, they're hoping you'll check on them too? Because behind those eyes is a world you haven't fully explored yet. And maybe, just maybe, they're trying to show it to you. So here's what you do. Tonight, when your cat walks into the room and gives you that look, Pause. Don't scroll. Don't speak. Just look back. Slow blink. Soft smile. Maybe say their name like a question. Let them know you noticed too. Because the next time they check on you, it won't be just about curiosity. It'll be about connection. And in that quiet, blink-sized moment, you'll finally understand what your cat's been trying to say all along. If this story made you see your cat differently, give it a like. Share it with someone who talks to their pets like people. And subscribe, because the more we understand our pets, the more we understand ourselves.